I guess we can start. Let me start recording as well.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to COA's exclusive pro bono session. I hope you have witnessed recent sessions. Yesterday, we had a great session of success stories from Kushagra and Ganga, who is part of COE, and they have cracked AD aspirations exams, and they have pivoted their roles, their careers, through with the guidance of Ashok. And recently, we have also witnessed a resume and LinkedIn optimization session. So today we are going to see how Ellen would be demonstrating the tips and tricks of Excel, which you could be able to use in your day-to-day life or professional life. Maybe it will simplify your journey and learning journey, and also the hectic work of your professional life. Okay, let's get started. And before that, I request everyone from the audience to actively participate in the session and go through the files which Alana is going to share. And maybe you can also go with the flow with along with Alan so that you can work along with him. And maybe if you have any doubts, please keep it to the end. Alan would address it. And we we are expecting an active, enthusiastic audience today, and it would help the organizers of COE team and maybe the CEO, COE speakers as well to conduct much more insightful sessions like this. Yeah, thank you for joining. Or to you, Ellen.
All right. So thank you so much, Prem. And okay, thank you, Akriti, for sharing. I also got share in the WhatsApp group. And also thank you, Akriti, for sharing as well the file and so on. So before I get started, I need some help. My dear friends, if you can hear me, just type number 1 in the chat box. And if you can see the screen, just type number 2 in the chat box. Okay. So again, I repeat, just type 1 if you can hear me, and just type number 2 if you can see the screen. Okay. All right. So the agenda for today is the tips and tricks of Excel, whereby we can learn data transformation. The thing of tips and tricks means instead of doing manually, we can do it faster with the help of Excel. So first thing is, if you look here in this particular file, even Akriti got shared in the chat box, even you can refer to the WhatsApp groups, I got shared that as well. So if in this particular file, we do have level 1. Level 1 is how to remove the blank space. You see here, normally, if Jesse given a task, we need to remove the blank space. What is blank space? Here we have a data, here we have a blank space. Here we have a data, here we have a blank space. So normally, if an intern or a new fresh graduate join a company, if he want to remove the blank space, he will select this, right click, and then delete. Select this, right click, and then delete. Select one more time, right click, and delete. If you notice carefully, I am doing one by one. So instead of doing one by one, what we can do is we can actually do it faster. Okay, I believe some of you know this. The first step is you can use your mouse, okay, and click the particular column, which means in this case, we click column A. Use our mouse and click column A. So my friends, can you see I'm typing a note over here? If you can see the note, can you type number 3 in the chat box? I hope you can see this. Yeah, thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you guys for typing number 3. So use your mouse and click column A. Number 2 is once you use your mouse and click column A, what I want you to do is I want you to press Control G. Okay, I believe you all know what is Control C, Control V. There is a keyboard shortcut known as Control G, which means go to. And when you click Control G, I want you to click on Special. Once you click special, I want you to choose blanks. And once you choose blanks, you can actually use your mouse. You can use your mouse and click delete. Or if just say you want the keyboard shortcut is control minus. Okay, control minus. But the problem is if you use your mouse and click delete, it will delete immediately. But if you press control minus, what happen is it will ask you what you want to delete. You can either choose shift cell up or entire row. Okay, so these are the steps actually. So now let's get started. Let's see what we are doing. First thing is use your mouse and click column A. So I click column A just like that. Then use the keyboard shortcut, press Ctrl G. So when you press Ctrl G, you will notice a box will appear. So my friends, can you see there's a special button over here? If you can see a special button, can you type number 4 in the chat box? So you press the special, and then if you notice what I wrote is, I wrote choose blanks. Where is blanks? The blanks is not here. The blanks is actually on the left hand side, which is over here. Okay, so you see here, you can actually press blank, or the underlined word is K. You can press K and then automatically it press enter. So now you notice that it will highlight all the blank space. So you can use your mouse and click delete. Where is delete? Delete is over here. So if you can see delete, can you type number 5 in the chat box? So you can use your mouse and you can click delete. So once I click delete, just like that, all the blank cells has been removed. Okay, so let us do one more time. What if just say I want to use keyboard shortcut? So keyboard shortcut means, okay, this one is using the mouse. This one is using keyboard shortcut. So Control G, go to A1 and then Control space bar. Okay, and then Control G, you choose special and you choose blanks. Okay, blanks. Then after that, Control minus, either shift cell up or entire row. Okay, so let me just show something so that you will understand what's the difference between shift cell up and entire row. Okay, I'll put this as yellow color. So first thing is Control G A1. Control G, a box will appear. Under reference, you can type A1. Why A1? Because we want to go to column A. You want to write A1, A2, A3, up to you. As long it is column A. Enter. Then control spacebar. Control spacebar means will highlight the column. Control G. So when you press Control G, you can actually use your keyboard shortcut and press special. If you see here, my dear friends, in this special, what is underlined? Is there anyone know what is the underlined letter for special? All right, if you look carefully, special has a underlined letter, which is like what our friend Aishwarya mentioned, S. You might be wondering why your friend typed S in the chat box. You see here, in this button, there is a word called special. And in special, the underlined letter is S. So if you see here, I press S, it doesn't work. So how to click the special without using the mouse? We need to press alternate S or alternate S. So alternate S, it will go to the special, and then we press blanks. But now you may ask me, Ellen, when I press Ctrl G, why I must press alternate S? Because you see here, this is a button. So when you want to press a button without a keyboard, without a mouse, in order to press a button with keyboard shortcut, we need to press the alternate button and the underline letter. So alternate S, and then if you see here blanks. So my dear friends, do you notice what is the underline letter for blanks? If you see here blanks, there is a underline letter. Can anybody type in the chat box what is the underline letter? So blanks here, there is a underline letter. So thank you, Aishwarya. But for some of you might be wondering what I'm referring to. If you look here carefully, there is a word called blanks. In the word blanks, there is a letter which has underline. So without using our mouse, we can press K, we press enter, and then after that, control minus. You can use your mouse and press delete. But if you want to use keyboard shortcut, it's control minus. However, when you press control minus, they will ask you what you want to delete. You can either choose shift cell up. Shift cell up means will move up. Entire row means it will delete all the row. That means if I put here entire row and enter, you will notice all the other rows will go missing. So my dear friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 6 in the chat box? Meaning to say, when you press control minus, either you just use shift cell up, because shift cell up will not affect the other row. But when you press entire row, it will affect other row. Okay, you can use the mouse and you can use the keyboard shortcut. Okay, so now we understand level 1 because some of you type number 6. Let's go to level 2. Level 2 is how to fill the blank space. Meaning to say, in this particular database, we have division, we have expenses, we have OPEX category, we have the data for 2017. So now if your manager has given you a work whereby you need to fill the blank space. So normally there are employees, what happen is they will copy and then they paste. They copy and then they will paste. They copy and then after that they will paste. They copy one more time and then they'll paste. you see here, I am doing one by one. And it happens whereby one particular employee spend 4 hours to do this particular task. So basically, instead of spending 4 hours, you can actually do this in 10 seconds. How to do in 10 seconds? Well, if you are using your mouse, if you are using your mouse, first step is you click on column A. Why you must click on column A? Because the information is to be filled in column A. Step number 2, you just press Ctrl G, or if you don't want to use Ctrl G, there's over here, you can see here we have like go to special. Okay, so we can actually go to special. Wait, let me just click here. So wait, find and select. Yeah, so we can click go to special over here. Find and select and click go to special. So over here, we can click go to special. So I put here, find and select, and then go to special. And then after that, you just click blanks. You choose blanks. Okay, you choose blanks. After you choose blanks, number 4 is you put equal and legal admin. That means you just put equal. Wait, let me put here. Insert equal, and number 5 is choose A2. Why A2? Because we want to actually fill this particular information. And then after that, number 6 is control enter. Okay, that means don't press enter only. So if just say I want to use keyboard shortcut, how to do is, first thing is Control G to A1. Why Control G? Because it will go to other cell. Why A1? Because our information is in column A. You want to go to A100, A50 can, as long it is column A. If your reporting is in column F, you go to column F. Number 2 is control spacebar. Control spacebar is basically the keyboard shortcut of highlighting the column. Okay. Then after you highlight the column, Control G, you must choose special. Then you must choose blanks. Then after that, same thing, you must put equal sign. Number 6 is you select A2, the cell A2. And then after that, number 7, control enter. Okay, so let's do twice. First thing is click on column A. So you click on column A like that. Find and select. Over here, we have find and select, go to special. So my friends, can you type number 7? If you can see find and select, go to special. Can you see this line over here? Thank you, friends, for typing number 7. Click it over here. And then after that, choose blanks. You click blanks, you press OK, and then you choose A2. You choose A2. Okay, wait, let me just do it one more time. Find and select, go to special, click blanks, press OK, and then you must put insert equal. Equal, choose A2, and then after that, control enter. So when you press control enter, what happen is it will automate all the information over here. So if just say I want to do using my mouse, how to do is control G to A1, control G, a box will appear. I'm going to write here A1. Why A1? Because my column is at column A. If your reporting is in column K, you go to K1. Okay, it doesn't matter A1 or A5 as long the column is correct. Next step is control spacebar. If you look in your keyboard, there is a control button and there is a spacebar button. The spacebar is the long button. So press control spacebar. Okay, once you press control spacebar, control G special. So control G, you must click on the special. So if you want to use keyboard shortcut is alternate S. Why alternate S? Because the special, the underlined letter is S. Why must press alternate and S? Because this is a button. So alternate S and then choose blanks. Blanks is over here. The underlined letter is K. So press K, enter. And then after that, you must put equal. Equal, as you can see over here. And then you select A2. So select A2. Why we select A2? Because we want to fill this down. So the thing is, we must press Control Enter. So you press your Control button followed by Enter. But what if just say you press Enter only? When I press Enter only, it will only pop out for one information. Again, I repeat, if I put here equal, select this data, and I press Enter only, it will pop out for one information. So what I need to do is equal, select A2, Control Enter. Just like that, it will fill the information. So my friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 8 in the chat box? Okay. Some of you already know this step, already know these tricks. But for those who don't understand, maybe I can repeat one more time for you. Okay. All right. So let us do one more time so that you can understand. First step is you control G to A1. Control G, A1. Step number 2 is control spacebar. Step number 3 is control G special. Control G, you can use your mouse and click special and choose blanks. Over here we have blanks equal. Okay, once you press OK, equal, select cell A2. This is A2, we select. Why we select this? Because we want to fill this down. Then control enter, just like that. Okay, so this is level 2. Now let's go to level 3. All right, so level 3 is whereby we want to insert one blank space. What happened is, I have given a task, I need to insert a blank space, whereby I will select this, right click, and then insert. I select this, right click, and insert. I select this, right click, and insert. I select this, right click, and insert. So if you see here, I am actually inserting the cell one by one. So how to do this in less than 10 seconds? Step number 1 is we must go to D1, Control G, okay, or you can put your cursor on D1, meaning to say Control G to D1. Why D1? Because column D is beside column C. Because our information is in column A, column B, column C. So we must be beside the data or adjacent to the data. Then after that, we must fill 1 and 2. When I say fill 1 and 2, I'm talking 1 and 2, just like that. Fill 1 and 2. Number 3, once we fill 1 and 2, what we do next is we need to highlight the 1 and 2. That means we need to highlight 1 and 2. Then number 4, we double click at the bottom corner. We double click at the bottom corner. That means once we highlight, we double click over here. So my friends, can you see this T symbol? If you can see this T symbol, can you type number 9 in the chat box? Can you see this T symbol? All right, so thank you, Aishwarya. How about others? So we double click like that so that it pops out all the numbers. Okay, so then number 5 is you copy the numbers, and then number 6 is paste the numbers below. Once you paste the numbers below, you can select any number. Number 8, you use your mouse, right click the number, and then sort small to large. And then last one is you can actually delete column D. Okay, you can select column D and delete the info. Select column D and delete the numbers. Okay, let's do one by one so that you can see clearly. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so now my friends, can you see these notes over here? If you can see these notes, can you type number 1 in the chat box? Can you see the notes? Okay, so why Control G to D1? Because the information is in column C. We need to do side by side at the adjacent. So Control G D1, Control G D1. Fill 1 and 2. 1, 2. Then after that, highlight 1 and 2. Double click at the bottom corner. That means on your right, you double click. Once you double click, all the numbers will automatically update. Copy the number. So you want to copy, you can actually press right click and copy, or you can press Ctrl C. Copy the numbers, paste the numbers below. That means over here, you paste the numbers. Once you paste the numbers below, what you do is select any number. Select any number you like, any number which is your birthday, you can select. Use your mouse and press right click. And then you go to sort smallest to largest. Sort smallest to largest. So my friends, can you see this? If you can see sort smallest to largest, can you type number 2 in the chat box? So sort smallest to largest, and just like that, it will have a blank space. Then you can select column D. In your keyboard, there is a delete button. So you press delete and automatically you will have a blank space. So my friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 3 in the chat box? Okay, the thing is what I'm showing you is instead of you doing manually one by one, you can actually use these tricks actually. The name of this session is tips and tricks. So you can use this. Okay, let me do one more time so that you can get an understanding. So first thing is Control G to D1. Control G, D1. Okay, why I must go to D1? Because my information is at column C. If just say your information at E, F, G, you must go at the side by side. Any side, as long it is on the adjacent. You can go at this side or this side also can, as long it is beside the data. Fill 1 and 2. 1, 2. And highlight 1 and 2. Double click at the bottom corner. Copy the numbers. Paste the numbers below. That means below over here, you paste. Once you paste a D, what you need to do is, you need to select any number. Any number you like, you select. Use your mouse, right click the number. Sort smallest to largest. And just like that, it will have a blank space. You can select column D and delete. Just like that, you will have a blank space over here. All right. So now let us go to level number 4. Okay, so level number 4 is a bit tricky because sometimes in our rail reporting work, we want to put the states and we want to put the sales method. So normally what happen is, I'll show you. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put here right here. And then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put here right here. So if you notice, I'm doing one by one. So if you think this is the correct way, please type number 4. If you think this is not the correct way, please type number 5. Again, I repeat, you can type number 4 if you think this is correct way. You can type number 5 if you think this is not the correct way. Why not correct way? Because you are doing one by one. Because what I want to do is, okay, I'll show you what I want to do. Okay, basically, I want all the states to be like this. Okay, all the information to be here. And then all the information to be here. Okay, this one also I want to fill down. This one also I want to fill down. So I want to do like this until the end. So don't tell me you need to do one by one, because sometimes Excel will have about thousands of table. Are you willing to do one by one? Well, not really. So how to do that? Okay, first thing is, in this particular information, we notice the data is aligned together. So what we need to do is, we put our cursor on A1. Okay, press Control A. Control A means it will highlight everything. And then after that, we do what? We make sure we have filter. You can press Control Shift L, or you can actually go here and click filter. So I'm going to press Control Shift L so that you have filter. So once you have filter, what you do is, you want to filter the color data, because here we have the color. So click here, filter by color, this purple color. Then after that, I link here, link to the state, and then after that, I drag down. So right now, I have the state information. Then after that, what I do is, okay, so you will highlight here. You can highlight until the bottom. Wait, let me just show you. Okay, so let me just highlight all this. Okay, so once I highlight all this, like what we do just now, we press Control G, go to special, choose blanks, and then after that, I put here equal, select the above, Control Enter. If you remember level 2, I got to Control Enter. So I press Control Enter, and just like that, we have the information over here. So let us do one more time so that you can get an understanding of the data. Okay, so let's get started. Wait, let me just remove this, put here states. Okay, so first thing is, put your cursor on A1. So we must see our data. Our data is right now is together. So we press Control A so that it highlights everything. And then we go and click filter. The keyboard shortcut of filter is Control Shift L. Certain laptop will appear, certain laptop will not appear. It depends on what processor you are using. So I'm going to press Control Shift L. Control Shift L, the filter button will appear. It will enable the auto filter to appear. Click over here. Okay, why we want to have filter? Because we want to filter the colorful cells. Click it over here, filter by color, and there you go. So we have this information. Then we go to column A2 equal to this particular information. And then after that, we highlight this, press Control D. Control D means copy down. Then after that, we clear filter. Okay, so you can select this both data, Control G, special, and you click blanks. So that it highlight this information, it will highlight the blanks. Select this, Control Enter. And just like that, you have this information. So my friends, did you learn something new? If you learned something new, can you type number 6 in the chat box? Okay, so this is the name of this course is tips and tricks. So instead of doing manually, you can do this faster. All right. Okay, sure, no problem. I can repeat for you again. Okay, maybe I never write the note. So this one is a bit tricky because we don't have a proper note. Number one is, what I do is I go to cell A1. Then after that, I press Control A. When I press Control A, what happens is it will highlight the entire table. Then after that, you can actually click on sort. That means you use your mouse and you click on filter. Or if your keyboard, your laptop can, the keyboard shortcut is Control Shift L. Okay, certain laptop it will not appear because of the processor of AMD. Okay, because if you are using a processor of Intel, Control Shift L means it will help you to do sort and filter. But if you are using a different version of laptop, it will show performance log off. The one there is some settings you need to do so that it can enable you to filter. Once you press Ctrl Shift L or you click filter, the auto filter will appear. So what you do is you filter the colored cells. Why colored? Because the states have the colored cells. Once you filter the color cells, what you need to do is you need to fill the states data. Okay, that means fills the states data, okay, by dragging down. And then number 6 is once you fill the states data, the next step is you clear the filter. And number 7 is highlight both columns. Both columns means column A and column B. And then after that, what you do is number 8, you press highlight columns, Control G, special, blanks. And number 9 is you press equal. Number 10 is select A2. Number 11 is Control Enter. So I'm going to copy all this and send it in the chat box. Okay, so in the chat box, you have the answer. Okay, so now let us do one by one. First thing is Control G to A1. If you see here, Control G to A1. Then after that, okay, of course, let me remove first. Control, okay, if you look at the chat box have the notes. Control A, it will highlight the table. Then after that, what you need to do is, you can click filter button over here or Control Shift L. Control Shift L, what happen is the sort and filter box will appear. In Excel, we name it as auto filter. So the auto filter will appear. Click it over here and we filter by color. Filter by color. So of course, wait, let me just do this one more time because I never filter. Just let me do this. Wait. This one, wait, just give me some time. Wait, let me go here. Okay. Okay, so this one I delete. Okay, so let us do one more time so that everybody can see together. Go to cell A1, Control G, A1. Then you press Control A. Why Control A? It will highlight everything. Because if you press Control Shift L, sometimes it will not include the table. So you highlight everything, then you click filter or you press Control Shift L. When you press Control Shift L, you will notice this filter box will appear. So what you do is you click it over here and then filter by color, click this over here and then you link the data equal this information. And then after that, you drag down. Once you drag down, you clear the filter. Okay. Control spacebar, Control G, special, blanks, equal, this information, Control Enter. Okay. So do you understand? If you understand, can you type yes in the chat box? Okay. So let us do one more time with this information over here. Because I clicked the sales method. Wait, let us do one more time. Okay, so this one I don't want. So let me just remove this. Okay, so let us do one more time so that you get the picture. Go to cell A1. Control G, A1. Okay. So I will highlight. Control A will highlight everything. Control Shift L, it will have the filter over here. So what you do is you filter the color cell. And then after that, what you do is equal this information over here. Drag downwards. Okay. And then after that, clear filter. Once you clear filter, the next step is highlight column A and column B. Okay, column A and column B. Control G, special, blanks, and then equal this information, Control Enter. And just like that, you will have this data. Of course, this one you can just delete. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the steps. I can actually repeat later. All right, so now what we do is we'll go to level 5. Level 5 is very straightforward and easy because this one is the topic of absolute reference, or some people will call it as locking the cell, lock the cell, or the keyboard shortcut is F4 button. If you see here, there is a keyboard over here. So my dear friends, can you see this F4 button? If you can see this F4 button, can you type number 1 in the chat box? This F4 button over here. Okay, it's either you press F4, either F4, or you press function F4. Okay, what is function F4? Over here, there's a function button. There's a F4 button. It depends on your laptop settings, okay? Either you press F4 only or function F4. You see here, why this topic is very important? Because this is where most of the employees will make mistakes. Okay, I use the word most employees because some employees, they don't know what is the reference. For example, over here we have SKU, the product unit, product code. We have the brand. We have the currency in GBP, Great Britain Pound Sterling. We have the exchange rate, GBP, US dollar, and Malaysia Ringgit. So since I'm from Malaysia, so I put here Malaysia Ringgit. So you see here, I put here equal. This is the currency. This is the price times with the exchange rate. Okay. The normal mistake made by interns and fresh graduate, they don't know what is absolute reference. So they just times this. And then what happened is, when they drag down and drag right, do you think is correct? If you think the answer is correct, please type number 2. If you think the answer is wrong, please type number 3. Do you think this information is correct? Okay, so this one is actually a common mistake made by some employees, especially intern and freshers, because they don't know what is F4. Okay, you see here, when you press F4 button, when you press F4 button, what happen is, okay, you need to understand this. It will actually appear like this. That means it will have a dollar sign, like something like this. Okay, so when you press first time, when you press the F4 button first time, it will lock the cell. When you press second time, it will lock the row. When you press for the third time, it will actually lock the column. And when you press for the fourth time, will be back to normal. That means what happened is, you see here, it will be like this, or it will be like this. This is lock the row. This is lock the column. This is back to normal. Okay. So I hope you can see this. Wait, let me just put here. All right. So this is the F4 button. So now if you notice, it's an error over here. Okay. So what I need to do is I put here equal. Okay. Now if you look here carefully, we have all the price over here. 29 pound, 12 pound, 11 pound, 13 pound, 4 pound, and 13 pound. All this information over here is actually in one column. All the price is in actually one column. So equal, we select this and we must lock the column. Why we must lock the column? Because all the price is in one column. So we need to press the F4 button. So when you press F4 button for the first time, it will lock the cell. When you press second time, it will lock the row. When you press third time, it will lock the column. So my friends, can you see the dollar sign over here? If you can see the dollar sign, can you type number 4 in the chat box? Some of you know this, but for those who don't know, you need to know this. Can you see this dollar sign? Can you type number 4 if you can see the dollar sign over here? Okay, what does it mean is we are locking the column. Then we multiply it with the exchange rate. You see the exchange rate 1, 1.3, 5.4. All this information basically is in one row. All this information is in one row. So what we need to do is we select this. If we want to lock the row, we press F4 button, not first time, second time. That means 1, 2, so that it will have the dollar sign before 3. Why must be before 3? This is row number 3. This is row number 3. The exchange rate is all in row number 3. Then you press enter. Then after that, you can drag down and drag right. So my friends, can you see this? If you see this, can you understand? Do you understand? Maybe you can type yes if you understand. Okay. So some of you all know this, But for those who don't know, you just let me know in the chat box if you don't understand, because this is a very, very important topic where some freshers, intern, fresh graduate, they don't understand this. Okay, let me repeat one more time. You see here, equal, select is 29 pound. When you press F4 button first time, it will lock the cell. When you press second time, it will lock the row. That means the dollar sign will be before the row. When you press third time, it will lock the column. When you press fourth time, it will be back to normal, like this. Okay, so this is how you can play around. So this one, all the information is in one column. All the information, the price is in one column. You times with the row, and just like that, you can highlight down, highlight right, Control R, Control D. Just like that, you have the information. Okay, so now let us go to level number 6. This one is very easy. I think some of you knows this method, but for those who don't know, you just let me know if you don't know. Okay, there is a particular employee that I know. What happened was she need to calculate the total cash and debit master. So what she did was equal, select this, plus cash, plus cash, plus cash over here, plus, where is the cash? Cash is over here. So my friends, can you type number 5 if you think this is a correct way? Or can you type number 6 if you think this is not a correct way? Because she's doing one by one. Okay. So what happened is this one, we can use the word called sum if formula or sum if function. Sum if is, it will calculate the sum if the data is data A, data B, or data so on. So here in sum if, we have 3 argument, which is the range, criteria, and sum range. So what you do is, you see here, let me zoom here so that you can see clearly. I put here equal sum if. Range. Okay, range, criteria, sum range. Can you see this? If you can see this, can you type number 7 in the chat box? Range, criteria, sum range. Okay, the Excel terminology, the Excel name is, this one we use it as argument. It's not we are arguing with somebody. The name of this range, criteria, or the white color thing you see here, the name is argument. Here we have 3 argument. Range, criteria, sum range. What is range? Where is your original information? Your cash, your debit master, where is it? Is in column A. So you select column A, comma. What is your criteria? You want to calculate the sum of what? I want to calculate the sum of total cash. So my criteria is cash. So I select over here. If just say you don't have cash, you can write like this, cash. Okay? But since we have the information over here, we just select like this. Then comma. Where is the place where we can sum? The place for us to sum is located in column B. So select over here, press enter. So just like that, we are able to calculate the cash information. So we can do one more time. Equal sum if range. Range means where is your data? Where is your information? The debit master, debit visa, master, all this is located in column A. You can either select like this or you can select like this. Up to you. So I select the column, comma. What I want to calculate? I want to calculate sum if for debit master. I want to calculate for debit master. So criteria is debit master, comma, and then column B, and then enter. Just like that, you have the data. So my friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 8 in the chat box? If you don't understand, let me know. Maybe later I can repeat for you, or I can repeat for you one more time. Just let me know. Feel free to let me know if you don't understand. Okay, so now let us go to the next part. Okay, this one, I think some of you know. Okay, you see here, what happened is sometimes there are interns, there are freshers, they are willing to do things one by one. You see here we have a table, here we have a table. You see in this table over here, we have inventory. This table is sales transaction. This table, we have SKU, brand, and price. This table got SKU, brand, but we don't have the price. We don't have the price. So normally what intern or fresh graduate will do is they need to find the price. Manager will give them a task and they need to find the price. So what they do is they will copy and then after that they paste. They will copy, and then after that they will paste. And then after that they will copy again, and then after that they will paste. So my friends, do you think this is correct? If you think this is correct, please type number 1. If you think this is wrong, please type number 2. Okay, if you think this is a correct way, please type number 1. If you think this is wrong, please type number 2. Why is wrong is because there is a possibility of human error. You see here, in the process of doing my work, I want my work to done faster. So what I'll do is, I will wrongly select the data, I will wrongly select the data, and I will wrongly paste the numbers. And then when I wrongly do it and I send to my manager, possibility we are sending the wrong numbers, possibility the manager will scold us. When we go to work, of course, salary is important. But what is more important is we must not get any scolding from our manager. We must get good moments, maybe like, blessing or promotion or additional salary bonus. But getting scolded in WhatsApp or getting scolded in public is embarrassing. So to avoid such moment, we should make less mistakes. So now how to be efficient? Well, we can use VLOOKUP or we can use XLOOKUP. Okay, XLOOKUP, latest one, easier. So you can put it over here, equal XL lookup value. Okay, so now I want to ask in the chat box, in these two table, what is the common column? In these two table, what is the similar column? In this inventory table and sales table. Can anybody type in the chat box? In these two table, what is the common column? Okay, so thank you, Abhishek, for typing brand. Of course, it can be either brand or it can either be SKU. So you see here, when you do this X lookup, you need to make sure that the two table must be same. When you do a VLOOKUP, X lookup, the two table must have a common column. So like what Abhishek and Vaibhav has typed, we select the brand. Basically, I want to find the price of Apple. So in these two table, why I select the brand? Because here also got brand, here also got brand. Then after that, comma. Okay, so Apple's lookup array. Lookup array means this information is from where? This information is from column B. So we select column B. Why we select column B? Because we notice that brand is the common column. This table also got a brand. This table also got brand. So the lookup value is we select apples, comma. Lookup array, we select column B. Why? Because the word apple belongs to this particular area. The word lookup array means area. So these apples over here belongs to this area. Then we press comma. Then what we want to find? We want to find the price. So the price is in column C. Select column C, press enter, and then after that you can just double click. So in this case, I never do one by one. I just use one formula and I double click. So imagine when you have thousands of data, you can use XLOOKUP and you can just double click. In less than 10 seconds, your job is over. Okay, so my friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 3 in the chat box? If you understand. But if you don't, you can just let me know. Okay, so meaning to say is, if just say you have XLOOKUP, you use XLOOKUP. Okay, I'm going to write here XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP it appears anywhere. XLOOKUP is only in 365, 2021, 2024. Meaning to say equal XLOOKUP. Lookup value is we select this. Table lookup array is we select this particular column. And then return array, we select this. Okay, and enter. Okay, wait, let me just put here. Okay, so select column C and double click. If just say we use VLOOKUP, it's also similar, but it's a bit longer. Equal VL. The word VLOOKUP means it's not about looking up. V means vertical lookup. Vertical means it is top to bottom. So press tab. Lookup value is apples. So this one is table array. So table array means we highlight this and then column number 2 because got highlight to column number 2. Together KLM can also. If you want to bring the price margin together, you can actually do in, okay, in this case, if you want to look up for two values, two different columns, you can do one by one as well. Okay, there's a question in the chat box. If just say you want to put margin, cost, margin, and price. Well, you can actually do this. That means we need to say, make sure you lock this. So if just say I locked and I lock, okay, let me lock and let me lock this. Okay, so there's a question in the chat box. So what I do is I will drag to the right And then after that, wait, let me just put this. Okay. This one is actually not column C. Sorry. This one I need to lock. Okay. So wait, let me just put this. Let me just do one more time. F4. Okay, clear. And then Control R, and then just like that, I can just press double click. So to answer your question, Manoj, wait, let me just see. Okay, I put wrongly. Wait, let me just do one more time. This one should be column D. Wait, let me do here. This one is column J. Okay, there you go. And I just press here, double click. Okay, wait, or this one. All right, there you go. So can you see this, Manoj? So if you want to bring the price and margin together, you can do in the first column. Okay, let me just do one more time so that you can see the magic. Okay, so this one also, I'll just do one more time. Equal X lookup. So in this case, the reference is very important. So this one here is located in one column. So I lock the column. Lookup array belongs to column B. So I must lock this. And then return array is column C. And I press here. Then after that, Control R, and then after that, I double click. But to answer your question, we can also use index match also. Index match is matching this particular information and matching the header also can. So index match can do both. Okay, maybe I'll show one glimpse of index match. Index match, what happen is equal index. The array is, okay, just say I select this particular area. That is the array. Match what I want to match. I want to match this particular information. So this is the lookup value. So I will log the particular column. And then lookup array is, I will highlight all this. Log 0, close bracket, match. And then after that, this one, I will select the price. I need to log the row. And then after that, I select all this. Okay. And then after that, log and 0. Close bracket, close bracket. This one, I made a mistake. It's not A, it's actually B. Okay, B. All right, there you go. And this one also is B. Okay, so there you go. And Control R, and then you can just double click. So you can also use index match actually. Okay, X lookup also can, index match also can. There are many ways actually. All right. Okay, so now let us go to level number 8. Okay, level number 8, what happened is here, if you see here carefully, we have a student marks, we have a score. Student marks and score. Please find the grade for each student. You see here, student and score, we need to find the grade. If 85 means the person score good. Why? Anyone who gets 0 to 39 is fail. 40 to 64 is pass. 65 above is average. 80 above is good. 90 above is excellent. So you see here, I'm going to copy this and paste over here. 78 is average. Copy and then paste. 65 is average. Copy and then paste. So if you see here, I'm doing one by one. So if you think I'm doing correct, please type number 4. If you think I'm doing wrongly, please type number 5. What I'm doing is I'm doing one by one. See, I copy and then I paste. This one also I'm going to copy and then after that I'm going to paste. This one also I'm going to copy and then I'm going to paste. You see here, the problem is when you copy and paste one by one, it will take time and also there's a possibility of human error. Okay, so how to do is we use VLOOKUP true. Okay, meaning to say equal VL. The lookup value is we must find the number. So this is the number. Table array. What we want to match? We want to match the information over here. We cannot select like this because the word is table array or table area. So we can select this E and F because this information is located over here, comma. Column index. Here we highlighted column E, column F. We highlighted column E, column F. How many columns? We highlight 2 columns. Column 1 and column 2. So you see here, I want to match the column 2. Why I write 2? Because here we highlight 2 columns. The column 1 is the numbers. Column number 2 is the grade. Then after that, true or false. If you write 0, it is false. If you write 1, it's true. Either you want to write true also can, or you want to write 1 also can. So I want to put here 1, approximate match, enter, and then I press here double click. Just like that, you have the information over here. Okay, my friends, do you understand? If you understand, can you type number 6 in the chat box? Okay, so let me just show you. I think for Aishwarya know this because this is quite simple. Is it true, Aishwarya? I think Aishwarya know this because she understands. All right. Okay, so this is level number 8. Level number 8 is done. Now let's go to level number 9. Okay, level number 9 is very interesting because the data is very complicated. You see here, the original information is we have this company like Petrol Corp, RFS Energy, Alcafi, EWS, Brightech, and so on. So instead of this kind of table, I want it to be this type of table. Okay. So instead of me doing, see, sometimes people are very hardworking. They will copy this. Just say I copy all this information. Let me paste over here. I copy, and then after that I paste. Okay, so maybe I paste like this. Okay, so I paste, and then after that I copy, and then after that I paste. Okay, this one also I copy, and then after that I paste. This one also I copy. Okay, so you see here, I'm doing one by one actually. So wait, let me just put here. And this one also I copy, and then this one also I paste. So these numbers is what they call as OPEX. So what I'll do is I'll put here OPEX, OPEX, CAPEX, and CAPEX. So the table is basically we want to transform the table from this format to this format. How to do that? This is where we will learn Power Query. Power Query means, okay, we want to change this format to this format. Okay, first step is you highlight the data, highlight the table. Step number 2 is use your mouse and click data. Then after that, click from table slash range. And then after that, what happen is number 4, once you click from table slash range, then after that, a small box will appear. Once the small box will appear, you just press OK. Pressing OK means you will go to Power Query Editor. Okay. Once you go to Power Query Editor, okay, small box will appear, but make sure you don't tick the box. Don't tick the box. I'll show you which box. Power Query Editor. And then number 5 is what you do is you go click transform, transpose. Number 6 is, wait, number 6 I put here. This one, let me just do this. 6, okay. Number 7 is you click column A, column 1, and fill down. Number 8, once you fill down, first row as header. And then number 9, once you click first row as header, then after that, you can unpivot the column. Okay, then you change header name. Change header name. Okay, so I'm going to put the notes over here. It's very simple. I believe some of you know already these steps. Okay, this is the steps actually. Number 1 is you click the data. Wait, let me just put in a better format because, wait, let me just click this. Okay, wait, just give me some time. There's text split. And this is a text, column delimiter, full stop, enter. All right, there you go. Boom. Okay, so now we have this data. And let me just copy and paste. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I paste it over here. Boom, there you go. Okay, so let's do it one more time. So put your cursor over here. So to highlight the table, we press Ctrl A. So first step is we highlight the table. Okay, so let me just remove this. This one I don't want. So I press here Ctrl A. So Ctrl A means it will highlight the table. After you highlight the table, the next step is use your mouse and click data. My friends, can you see data over here? If you can see data, can you type number 3 in the chat box? Okay, data. And then can you type number 4 if you can see from table slash range? Can you see? That means use your mouse. Okay, can you type number 4 if you can see this? Once you highlight, use your mouse, click data, click from table slash range. Click it over here. So like I told you, once you click from table slash range, you will notice that a small box will appear. Can you see this box? If you can see this box, can you type number 5 in the chat box? So a small box will appear. What you do is, okay, before you press OK, you don't tick the box. You see, you don't tick my table as header, untick this, and then after that, press OK. Why? Because this is not your header. By right, your header is like company type and so on. So you press OK. Okay, so then it will navigate it to Power Query Editor. So once it go to Power Query Editor, like I told you, if you have the notes, can you see transform? If you can see transform, please type number 6 in the chat box. So transform, and then after that, transpose. So you click transpose, so it will transpose the data. Okay, transform, transpose. Then, like I told you, you must click column 1. So if you refer to the notes, what I say is column 1, you must right click and fill down. Can you see fill down? If you can see fill down, can you type number 7 in the chat box? Sorry. So fill down. So it will fill the data down. Then use first row as header. Over here got use first row as header. So click it over here. The OPEX and APEX become header. Select these two and then unpivot columns. So over here we have unpivot column. And just like that, we have our data. So then you change the name. Company name. Type. And then wait, let me just change this name to better name. Name. And then this is expenses. And this is RM. Okay. And then after that, go to home, close and load. And just like that, from this format, you have in this format. Can you see this? If you can see this, can you type number 8 in the chat box? All right. So we have done level 1, level 2, level 3, and also level 9. But now let's have a look on level number 10. Okay, so level number 10 is basically a homework for all my COE friends. If they want to do, can. If they don't want to do, it's up to them. You see here we have our table, right? All the table. We have like Azalam, we have like Malik, we have Sarah, we have Kale, we have Tarvinder Singh, Raju, all this data. So from this table, we put into this format. So I'm going to give this as a homework. It's up to you. Okay. But I will show you, I will not write the notes. I will show you how I change this. Okay. I'm going to show you. Just watch this like how you watch a movie. So I'll just click data from table slash range. And my table has no headers. Okay. Then once I click like this, so this is the data. Of course, this is a homework for you. I'm not going to show you the steps. Okay. But I'll just show you what I do. So this one, I go to transform and transpose. So it becomes like this. And then after that, what I'll do is next, I will just first row as header. Yeah, we have the header. Add column, index column. Right click, unpivot other columns. And then after that, this one, I do like this. Okay, you just see what I'm doing. I'm not going to explain to you. So we have name, ID, date, salary, 4 different data. So index column, standard, divide into year. Okay, just see what I'm doing. 4, and then year, and then select this again, transform, standard, and then modulo. Modulo means remainder. And then I put here 4. Okay, and then after that, I go here, pivot column based on values and don't aggregate. And then press OK. So now you have this and boom, there you go. So this one you can change to name. This one is ID. This one is the date join. Date join. And this one is the salary. Okay, so this one, I'll just select this. I change to the data type to a text. This one will be date and time. And this one will be salary. Sorry, whole number. And just like that, there you go. So from this table, I've changed this. Unfortunately, I can't share you the steps. So I'm going to give you as homework for this. So are you up to the challenge? If you're up to the challenge, you can do this. I think the file you have. Okay. So now I have proceeded to the end part. So if you have any questions, you can ask. But I'm not going to give you the answer for level 10. Level 10, you do your own. If you have any doubts from level 1 to level 9, I can give you the answers. Okay. So anyone got any questions? Any questions from level 1 to level 9, I will help you. Okay, wait, let me just put here. Level 1 to level 9, I'll help you. So do we need to lock the range if we select VLOOKUP? Or yes, it's better to lock the range. But in this case, okay, there's a question in the chat box. You see here, if I use X lookup equal, there's a two different things, Aishwarya. Why? Because if just say I select this and I highlight this column and this column. So if I'm dragging downwards, if I drag down, I don't have to lock column B and column C. If I drag down, I don't have to lock column B and column C. Do you understand, Aishwarya? If just say I highlight this particular range, that means I highlight this and I highlight this, then I have to lock. Okay, I have to lock because you are dragging down. But if just say I select this and select this and select this. If just say I want to drag to the right, when I want to drag to the right, I need to lock. Okay, Aishwarya, do you understand? Okay, you can just type yes or no. Okay. So now, my dear friends, if you have questions, please ask. But you don't ask me on level 10 because level 10 is technically a homework for you. It's up to you. You want to do this homework? Okay, can you please repeat level 9 Power Query? Can. That means, let me show you one more time. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just copy this. Okay, copy and then I paste over here. Okay, so if you see here, Manoj, I'll show you the answer. I put this in the chat box. Okay, unpivot column, OPEX and CAPEX. Okay, in the chat box, I've shared the answer. So let's do it together. First thing is highlight the table. Okay, highlight the table. Then after that, what you do is use your mouse, click data. And then from table slash range. So Manoj, can you see this? If you can see, can you type number 3 in the chat box, table slash range? Okay, you click it over here, a small box will appear, right? So untick the box. Okay, I untick the box, I press OK, and then automatically we go to Power Query. The thing is, I'll say why I'm showing you Power Query, because if you know Power Query, you can learn Excel and you can learn Power BI. Because Power Query not only available in Excel, it is also available in Power BI and is very useful for cleaning the data. So now, the next step is you transpose. Where is transpose? You click transform. Can you see your transform, Manoj? Can you type number 4 if you can see transform? So transform, under here we have transpose. Transpose means it will change the shape. It will change the layout. Then if you look at my notes, what I say is you select the column 1, right click and fill down. Why you must fill down? Because over here we have null, null, null. In Power Query, null is equivalent to blank space. Null is equivalent to blank cell. So select this and then right click, fill down. Okay. Then if you look at my note, what I say is first row as header. That means you see here we have OPEX and CAPEX. We want to put as a header. Can you see this first row as header? Manoj, can you type number 5 if you can see? First row as header. So if you see here, I put here first row as header. Then if you notice the OPEX and CAPEX in separate column. What I want to do is I want to combine together in one column. Select these two, unpivot column. So can you see unpivot column? If you can see, can you type number 6 in the chat box? So you click unpivot column and just like that, it will change. Then after that, you can go to home and close and load. But before you close and load, you can change the name like this one company, type, expenses, and Indian rupees and so on. Okay. Do you understand, Manoj? All right. So others, do you have any question? Just let me know. Level 1 to level 9 only. Level 10, no question because that is a homework for you. How to transform this data to this format or this particular format. This is your homework. If you want to do, you can do. And then you can post in your LinkedIn and you can tag COE. Okay. If there's no questions, then I'll pass the floor to Akriti or Prinsai.
Yeah, hello, sir. Abhishek this side.
Yeah, hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi, sir. So, sir, in level 8, if you can go through level 8
Yeah, go
question.
ahead.
Yeah. So, in level 8, I think you used VLOOKUP formula, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, just understanding, can we use if-else condition also? And how
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
VLOOKUP works here? Like,
Yeah, you can also use if. If also can, but ifs, there are so many things, right?
okay, nested conditions, yeah.
Yeah, there's still conditions, but there's a lot. Okay, like you see here, you
Okay.
must put the logic test. This one is more than zero means you must put your fail. It's a hustle actually. If just say we look up,
Okay.
you have a table and then you just match. We look up
Okay.
if is relevant if you have two condition. If you have more than two, my suggestion will be, of course, you can use ifs. You can use, wait, you can use you can use if. Of course, in VBA, we have if, then, else. In Power Query, we have conditional column. Even lookup, you just have this table, especially for tax rate or anything. You have this particular table, you can use VLOOKUP true.
Yeah, sure, got it. So yeah. And sir, can we use more visuals in Excel as similar as Power BI? So in
Yeah,
Power
yeah,
BI,
can.
we have okay,
Can.
okay, yeah, we can use that, right?
Yes, we can use.
Yes. And sir, just the thing, basically, I'm currently working on a data set, at a
Mm.
timesheet data set. So the thing is, in the in the row wise, I have a employee names, for example. And in the column wise, I have a week endings. Let's say we'll take the date of April only. So week ending
Okay,
is like 6, 13, 20, and 27. So
okay.
it's in column wise, and the row wise is the employee name. And
By name.
in the
Okay. So
for
okay,
yeah,
wait.
so for example,
Let me write this down. That means in row, just say I put here
yeah,
A,
it
B, C, and here
right,
we
right.
have the date like 27th, right? Something like that.
Yeah, 6 April, 13 April, 20 April,
Okay.
and 27th April. Right,
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay.
Right. So the thing is, no, sir. So it basically in the column D, let's say, they put as an employee wise leave and M, L and M. So
Oh,
L
L
stands
and
for
M,
leave,
something like that.
L stands for leave, and M stands for like missing time sheet, or like H stands for half day leave.
Oh, okay. Okay. So something like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah. In the every week wise, 27, 28, and 29.
Okay.
This is
Okay. All right.
yeah. So the problem statement is basically, so they did a trend. I have a data set like, let's say for example, YTD level data set starting from 1st Jan till date.
Okay.
So the problem statement is they wanted to look at the week-wise trend from this data set, and how many leaves are there week-wise, how many half days are there, and how many missing timesheet they are posted for the
Okay.
specific
Okay.
week-wise. So how to showcase this trend in the graph chart, bar chart, or like line chart, and how can
I
we?
understand. Okay. Continue. Continue.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just looking for the file that I have. If I have, yeah, continue. So you want to
Uh,
find the like the number
yeah.
of leaves. Okay. Okay. If I have the data, it will be great. I can't remember. I have the old file. Wait, let me just see if I have it. If I have it, it'll be great. Uh,
Mhm.
where is it?
So basically,
I remember your data. Okay, not this file. Okay, wait, let me see.
yeah.
I remember this. Whereby one of my client asked me this. Wait, this is under a topic called Power Query. Power Query. Okay, I think it's not in this laptop. Okay, I understand. Wait, maybe I'll try to solve in the meantime. You want to know by week, right? Okay, so is your
Yes, sir. Week-wise trend.
column is something like this?
Yeah, column is DDMMYY. Yeah, it's properly as per the data set, like
Okay. All
DDMMYY.
right. So wait, let me just do a quick one. I'll just put randomly. Okay, this random data. Wait, just let me do this. L for leaf, and then M is medical, H is half
Yeah.
day. Okay.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
sir. Yes.
So just let me just do this. Wait, this is AZ 19. Okay. So this one I will control R, and then yeah. Okay. So now we have this data. Okay, LMH. So this one I'll put here 1, 2, and 3. So wait, let me just play around. Equal. Okay, ran between 1, 3. And then after that, what I'll do is I'll just put here X lookup, and lookup array will be this data over here. And this will be the return array, close bracket, boom. Okay. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so this one is the data. Let me just copy and paste this. Okay, so is your data something like this?
Yes, sir. Exactly look like this. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put here, okay, go to data from table slash range, and then my table has header. Okay, okay, oh yeah, yeah, can press here, okay, yes. Okay, so then after that you have this, okay, this one is the name. So I right click here, unpivot other columns. Okay, so here we have the date. So your one is 1 day, 5 days, or 7 days?
Yeah. So currently, sir, it's a weekdays. Weekdays like 6th April, 13th
Okay,
April, 20th April.
okay. So this one you need to go to the okay, wait, I need to do this. This one they call it as the name of the day. Add column, date, and then okay, this one is actually by right date. Let me just change this to date. Okay, and then I put here the name of the day. Wait, let me see. Name of the day or name of day of the week. Day of the week means okay. Bingo. All right, so yeah, this is the days. That means 0 means Sunday, 6 means Saturday. And then after that, we need to know what is the last day. The last day, for example, is 6. Okay. So this one I need to experiment. From here, I think it's viable for you to get the last day, I mean the 1 week, and then you can know that based on particular week, you can understand actually how many of them got take leave, how many of them can take half day and so on. Can
Okay, so
actually it's doable.
from this data set, we can give the trend, more like week-wise
Yes,
trend.
Paul. Yes, you can
Okay.
actually find it from over here.
Okay.
Just give me a moment. Wait, 6-0. So six. If just say the last day is particularly on 6. Okay, what I can do is okay. This one I need to experiment. So just say add column, conditional column, and then after that, yeah. So if just say it is value is equals the days of week is equals to 0, then after that it is 0. Otherwise, it should actually plus 2, something like that. Yeah. Let me just, I need to experiment this because I'm not well versed with, how about custom column. Okay, so this one is if the day of week, wait. Okay, so custom column, if, and the day of week is insert equals to 0, then it is 0. Else, what we should do is we must select we must put the day of week or something like that. Or this one I need to experiment. There's a mathematical formula I need to do.
Okay.
Then I can
Sure.
determine why I'm doing this is to determine the last day of the week. Then from there
Okay.
we can merge. Then from merge we can put in pivot table. Then from there we can calculate how many people
Sure.
take the leave and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, can you just repeat that days of week, how you added that column, days of week column?
Oh, days of week column. You mean like this in
Extreme
here
right,
or
extreme right side column. Yeah.
oh, this one can.
Yeah.
Actually, you select this column. Okay, you must make sure it is in a date format. If it's a text format, cannot, it's in a date format. Can you see here add column?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
Can you see your date?
Yes, sir.
Then here the sorry, day of week.
Okay, day
Just
of
like
week. Okay.
so here 2 means is 0 means Sunday, 2 means Monday, 3 means is Tuesday and so on. The 6 is Saturday.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is how you can do it. So now the next step is you need to determine the end week. Then from there you can merge the column and then you can calculate the how many people
Okay.
take half day leave and so on.
Sure, sir. And sir, what is your suggestion? Like, how can we showcase the trend in like in terms of bar chart, line chart? How is that?
Bar chart also can because bar chart you can actually use the slicer for the week. You know the slicer as the week and then for the bar chart also. I mean bar chart will be better because normally column chart is for January to December. Column chart is showing the data from January to December, like
Mhm.
weekly, monthly, yearly. But comparison by annual leave is maybe suggestion is bar chart.
Okay, sir. Sure, sure. Thanks, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll pass the floor to Prem Sai or Kriti. Abhishek, maybe you can just WhatsApp me. I mean, I don't know, I don't have your number. You WhatsApp me, then after that, I will try to create a YouTube video based on this random data, and then I'll WhatsApp to you.
Sure, sir. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll pass the floor to Prem Sai or Akriti. Otherwise, we can end the session.
Thank you, Ellen, for the great session. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. And stay tuned. Today, we have one more session at 8 p.m. IST with Vaishnavi. So, yeah, see you there.